But the reason I asked you to put your hands together for them is because I believe that what will be said by men and women at the head table will not only make a difference in the lives of our pupils, or students, sorry, but the teachers and also the parents who are here. I am, of course, elated to be part of this session. Unfortunately, as soon as I finish speaking, a few minutes after, I have to head out because I'm expected to be at Barker Secondary, and I'm hoping to return as soon as I complete my assignment there. Today, for the next few minutes, I thought it best to share my own experience that I intend to have an impact on the lives of those young men and women who are about to make some very important decisions. Some of you might know, some of you may not know, but I was born right here in Bartico, grew up in Bartico, and first of all I attended the St. Anthony's Primary School and went on to Bartico Secondary School. And I was the kind of person who never liked the front of the class, never liked attention. So what I choose best was to be at the back of the class. And that, of course, impacted me negatively because I never want to just step forward and be a prefect. I never wanted to step forward and be a leader in the class. And we had our own group at primary school, and we also had our own group of boys that we hang out with at secondary school, and we focused on our own stuff. But what was quite interesting, as soon as I completed secondary school, I went on to what was called work study then, and I think we still have that available now. And that is where the difference was made in my life. Now today, we're looking at persons who will be selecting a various streams. For example, we heard about the Tibet stream, we heard about sciences and so forth. But at that point in time, we just had to select a number of subjects that we wanted to do. So for example, I think it's either 6 or 7 subjects was available to me, and I did all of that and graduated from Barton Secondary School. We didn't have the opportunity of being in streams. But what is critical is that at that point in time, I was placed to do my work study at the Department of Education. And when I was sent there at the end of the stay, the education officer then, Mr. Reginald Hoppy, said to me, asked me a very important question, and I think this might have been one of the first times somebody was asking me this question. What do you want to do in life? What do you want to become? And I was shocked, I didn't know what to say to him. And then he rephrased the question, and he said to me, where do you want to go and work? And with a big smile on my face, and with great anxiety, I said to him that I want to go and work at Banzai. He said, Banzai? I said, yeah, I think I'm going to make a lot of money there. I can assist with throwing the drink cases, and I like it there. And the man literally bowed his head in shame. And the young man that was next to me was a young man by the name of Trenton Lake. He turned to Trenton and he said to him, what do you want to become? I can't recall what Trenton Lake said. But I know for sure that what he said caused him to bow his head again. And that point there, Mr. Hoppy raised his head and looked at me, and he looked at Mr. Lake, and he said, here what's going to happen. Both of you will leave this office today, go home, and you will prepare an application to teach, and you will bring it back to me tomorrow. And I said to him, to teach? I said, I can't teach you, or maybe just out to school now. I said, no, I'm going to give you an opportunity to teach. And at that point in time, young men and ladies, my life changed. Now I heard the head teacher said a while ago that parents, they have to be very careful, don't force the kids. But I am one of those young men who is very happy that someone saw in me what I did not see myself and directed me and said, go and teach. And he said the same thing to Mr. Lake, both of us. And what we learned now is that in the growing process, mentorship is very important. And parents, some of you seated here may not have any subjects to your name. My grandparents that I grew up with don't have any subjects to their name. My parents, they try their best. We grew up poor. But they always try to instill in us the right values and help us to understand that navigating your journey by the choices you make will also have consequences. So if you decide to use drugs, you will fall at the roadside. If you decide to have sex at an early age, young ladies, the likelihood of you becoming pregnant is great. The likelihood of you contracting diseases and viruses is high. Young men, the same thing. And we must understand the realities. There's no trick to life. Once we play with trouble, at that time we used to say, if you go and play in the mud, what will happen? You must have mud in your skin. If you go and play with the pigs, you become one of them. And that was very, very important for us to understand. And what Mr. Reginald Hoppy did there was open a lifetime of opportunities for Mr. Lake and I, because from there, we not only went to teach, but we went on to college together. We continued our studies. Mr. Lake went on to become a lawyer. He's one of the most prominent lawyers now in the country. And I'm standing before you now as one of the, well, not one, but you're one of the mayors of England, but also the first mayor of Bartico, and I think I deserve that. And it's all because, like I said before, an individual made a decision to influence our choice. And boys and girls, I had an opportunity to go home and say to him, you know what, the time that Mr. Hoppy had bald head and a little piece of here, and a little piece of here. Right? I could have said that to him. I don't have time with the bald head old man. I go in and do what I want to do. But today I'm happy that I subjected myself to what he had to say that day. And I went through with it. Not only did I become the first mayor of Bartico, but that opportunity here allowed me to travel to a number of countries in the Caribbean. It allowed me to work in the Bahamas for 4.5 years. And again, like I said, when I reflect on what choices can do, I mean, I embrace it every day. I get very, very excited because if you do not make the right choices, young men and women, I'm sorry, you will fall by the way. And even as I stand here, I see parents who are passionate, I see parents who are interested in the future of their kids, and that's why we're here. And I see young men and women who are also passionate about their future. You may not be the next mayor, but you may be another lawyer. You may be another doctor. You may be a teacher or a teacher of this school. But most importantly, whatever you become a leader and you become an example for the next generations. While in school, like at your age, I was very nervous speaking in front of crowds. I was very shamefaced. I never projected myself standing speaking to about 150 to 200 persons. But again, I'm happy for the influence, I'm happy for the mentorship, I'm happy for the guidance. Today, young people, you have an opportunity to listen to persons here and also benefit from the exhibition downstairs. Please allow it to impact your lives. Please allow it to make a difference. I don't want you to become another negative statistics in Bartico or in this region or in this country. I want you to become all that you can be by the grace of God the help of your parents, and the guidance of your community. Thank you very much.
Thank you once again, Mr. Marshall. Give a round of applause. Our next guest speaker, he's no stranger to us, a son of the soil. Let's put our hands together as we welcome to the podium the regional chairman, Mr. Kenneth Williams.
Good morning, everyone. I guess you're hearing me loud and clear. Are you hearing me at the back? Good morning? Yes, you're hearing me. All protocols have been observed. And I just want to acknowledge, what the is that? I just want to acknowledge the head people. I know that you took your time out to be here, and I want to acknowledge you and celebrate you. But most of all, I want to acknowledge the parents and students who are about to make grand decisions that will affect their lives. And today I want to change up this thing. I'm not going to do the usual preach down and talk, like if I'm talking down to the students. I try to be as practical as possible. Because what you will find in life, dear students, as you go forward, life is very, very practical and simple. So I'm going to talk about one of the most practical things in life. Students, listen up. Some of the parents might get some tidbits too. But this is very important. The first and foremost thing, students, grade 9 students who are about to make decisions, the first thing I'm going to tell you is that money runs things. Say that, money runs things.
Yeah, I can't believe it.
Y'all didn't believe that? Money runs things. It doesn't say, it can't save you in terms of certain things, but money runs things. So I'm going to give you some practical advice. You're grade 9. Basically, that's form 3. You don't want anybody to come to lecture you about something happening in the past, what used to happen, what you used to do, what was in the past. What you want to know, what's going to affect you, what's going to help you as you go forward from this day onwards. So I'm going to be very practical. As I said before, money runs things. You will need money. You will need money as you go forward in this life simply because it caters for so many things that will elevate you. Form 3, that's an age where nobody's thinking about too many sophisticated things. You're thinking about when they come out of the school, me not worry with the teacher no more, the teacher will terrorize me, I can terrorize them when they come out, I can destroy them. But those are the things that matter to you now. But I'm telling you what should matter to you now is that you should start preparing for your financial security. Let me explain to you. You will either be a consumer or you'll be a contributor as you go forward in this life. What is a consumer? A consumer is simply someone who plans to consume every single thing that comes before them. There's no long-term plan. Everything is short-term. If you go to the road, I gotta look the cleanest. I gotta look the sharpest. I gotta look good. Because all that matters, you're living for that day. You make sure you buy, you make sure you wear the tightest jeans or I don't know the jeans brother right now. You gotta get the cleanest. You gotta wear the best shoes or the best sneakers right now. Because it's what it's about. But is that all that matters? I'm going to give you a practical example. I did the math just now as I was sitting here because we talk about finances, right? I got 3 quick topics I want to talk to you about. You were in grade 9 I'm just giving you practical advice. If you save $200 per day, and I want you to put up your hands, those who are doing that, can you save $200 per day? Put up your hands, let me see. Nobody can save $200 per day, why? I know you can. If you save $200 per day, remember we talk about money run things, that's my first topic. If you save $200 per day, that's how much. And I'm getting the engagement, I'm getting the, that's how much per week. Alright, let me make it simple. If you save $200 per day, 30 days in a month, you average it 30 days per month, it's $6,000 per month, right? Alright or wrong? Correct. $6,000, right? If you save $6,000 per month, you're going to save $72,000 per year. Average, right? $72,000 per year. Now, if you save $72,000 a year, you're in grade 9, which is basically form 3. Excuse me, this person is very persistent. You're going to save at the end of your 3 more years you have in school, or 2 more years, right? 2 more years. You're going to have over $140,000 when you leave the school. You're going to start stashing now. I'm using the word stash, right? Because if you start with $140,000, remember you were thinking about the career at this moment. You're not thinking 15 years from now. You're thinking, maybe I will be a lawyer, maybe I'll be a teacher, maybe I'll be something, you may be an agro-processor, you may be doing something that may not be the usual thing. But you will start with $140,000 when you would leave school. You go to an investor. I'm just thinking alone. You go to the investor, you go to the parent. The parents are both investors, right? You must engage the parents. Go to the parents. Mommy, daddy, I have $140,000. I want to start something. Am I going to start a partnership with 3 of my friends? 4 of my friends? 5 of my friends? You pool your money together and you're starting with an advantage that many children who leave school do not have. That's just practical. That's life. You're starting with an advantage. So I want every single child to promise that they will save a measly $200 per day. I don't care how you get it. They want to give it 1,000, you stash 200. Practical advice. Because you want to start life. Because when you leave fifth form, it's basically life. You might be wanting to go to a highest tertiary, you want to do tertiary education, you must have a jump start. Don't lean on mommy, lean on daddy all the time. You must be able to approach them and say, mommy and daddy, I have this amount of money and I want to start. And why it is good? Why money run things? Because what you will be starting is a lifelong practice of saving. Saving, saving, saving. People may tell you that you mean, right? People tell you, you mean, you want to spend, but in the long run, you'll be the one laughing. Whilst they will be the ones crying. And as I said before, if you do not have that passion, you'll be going down a road that is very, very difficult. It's not rocket science. It has been proven by thousands and thousands of persons who are in a bracket of extravagance. They have done the hard work, and the hard work is save, save, save. Plan now. It is not impossible. You can dream big, but the dream has to start with a plan, and the money run things. Put your hands together for the particular part. The other quick topic that I want to talk about is OQP. I'm using a particular term so that I don't want you to forget. I'm speaking directly to the children day to day. Because sometimes when we come here, we like to preach down upon them. We like to we like to arrogate upon ourselves as if we are the experts on everything. I'm just giving you practical advice that I guarantee will work. OQP. It simply means only quality people you're aligning with. OQP. Remember that. Only quality people. And it's for adults too. You want to move up in life? I will know you by the persons who align with, who you link up with. At grade 9, this is critically important. 5 of you might be planning to do a hair salon. Who are you going to like with? Somebody who planning to open a mechanic shop. You fucking girls that are planning to open the hair salon, you have to start liming together, dreaming together, planning together now. Not in form 4, not in form 5. You can start. That's what you're doing. You're streaming, you're separating yourself. Now, there are many choices. There's the Ratigan. Everybody knows about the Ratigan. Everybody knows about the Ratigan. Everybody knows about the skate crew. The skate crew. Yeah, the original German law things, right? Intellectual more the blah 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 blah. Yes! The original German law a couple of things. They got those crew, and they have certain gangs that are that you can link with and you can align with. Will they help you? Maybe you want to be just like Mr. Skin and Skinny Bang or whatever his name is, right? Y'all laughing at me. I know a couple things. Maybe you want to be that sort of crew. But if you are interested right now in elevating yourself, you have to form your alliances. Basically, you got to link up with people who thinking like you. Plan your future now. What do you Why do you want to do? Hey, I'm gonna go. I want 4 bed per drop away. Alright, good. You want? Let me see the money. Do the math now and link with people who will give you the encouragement, who are thinking like you to move forward. So 2 things. Right? I spoke about money, and then it says OQ people. OQ people. Only quality people, or only people that are like-minded. You have to start sorting your preferences now. Make the decision that you can link with the people who will give you the encouragement, who will give you the hope, because you've got to start planning for the future. Whatever stream you plan to get into, don't go because your friend going into the stream, which happens a lot. Hey, me moving since it was wow. We never link up in this stream, really? Maybe that person is doing something else. Only people who are moving in one direction, you got to start making the linkage now. Make the determination that you will link with people who will move into a certain direction. So y'all remember these things, right? I didn't know what they look at. I was supposed to write them down. These things are important. And then these things help you in life. The third one, and which is probably one that you will find, that there will be lots and lots of different interpretations. You must have someone who you believe in outside of this world. I'm not telling you whether you should be Christian, Hindu, Muslim, whatever. But I find for me, and for many other great persons, they have found a source that is simply not of this world. Why is it important? Why is your need to find, I don't want to say God, but you have to find a source that is simply not of this world. Because as I stand here, you will face difficulties that cannot be explained in your simple setting of this world. And there must be a source that can center you once you face the difficulties of life. At grade 9, you might be saying, why now? You should start practicing. Habits are are important. Get on your knees before you come to school, pray, believe, and act. And tell you, it acts as an impetus. It helps us in our darkest moments because you will lose. Everything that they tell you here, there are possibilities. You might lose some things. You might lose a friend. That's life. I don't want to say you will lose a parent, but it is the possibility exists that you can lose. And sometimes, even at this young age, we lose focus when we lose things. So you must at this moment, you must at this particular moment, find something that will give you center, something that will give you a sense of awe, wonder, and is beyond your simple thinking at this age. Grade 9 students, and if you pretty simple thing, according to the psychologist or the psychiatrist or special people don't listen to you after comments. So it won't go on and on. But it's going to be practical. I don't care whatever decision you make. You have a choice, and your decision, I don't want to say today will affect you forever. But it is important that you take the time out to add things to help you make the best possible decision that will impact your future. 1, money. 2, only quality people. And 3, remember that God, whoever you think He is, has to be the center because life is like that. So, this morning, once again, I want to thank the persons who put together this program. I think it's an awesome initiative and it's something that I have in the back of my mind. I know it's planned to be annual, it should be an annual event, and I pray that even as we go forward, that we will use more resources as much as possible to encompass or to include as many other persons so that whenever we get this chance to come and be as one, we will remember that life has repercussions. The choices that you make today can affect you into the future. Thank you very much. Put your hands again for the regular agenda. That's it. That's it.
All right, thank you very much. I hope that you will take away something from our chairman's presentation this morning.
Indeed.
Our next presenter would be the officer in charge of the Particle Police Station. So let's give him a warm welcome.
Good morning to everyone. I am Assistant Superintendent from the Particle Police Station. I'm holding the second position within the regional organization, that is of the Deputy Commander. Regional Chairman, Mr. Kenneth Williams. Lecturer of the University of Guyana, Ms. Barnett Hunter. Acting HM, Ms. Noreen Moore Noble. I want to say thank you for having me here this morning. And as we looked at your team navigating my journey, my choices today. There are many choices available, and I can say to you in an aspect of us in the Guyana Police Force, where there are tremendous choices and challenges at the same time with the choices. Earlier we heard that our mayor made mention of his personal experience. I will give you a little note on my personal experience as I'm standing here as well today. A few years ago, before I became a member of the Guyana Police Force, while attending the secondary school, I decided to make a choice to drop out of school. Subsequently, I decided I would join the Guyana Defense Force, and I was becoming a little impatient As a result of that, I become a member of the Ghana Police Force. Come from a poor background, very humble and a very humble community as well. As a young man, as I'm standing here, I had to make several choices among members of my village that I worked with at the time. There are things that I do that I still remember up to this day, and I've never regret that I part friends with those who were my age at the time. In making your choices at this stage of your life, it is very important, it is very paramount. In the public sector, in the private sector, as well as the organization that I'm representing here today, Ghana Police Force. In the Ghana Police Force, there are many choices, like I said. We have the Criminal Investigation Department, we have the General Duty Department, we have the Gender-Based Unit, which I have a colleague here representing, and there are other specialties within the Ghana Police Force that we as members of the force will have to make choices when the time arises. Some of it, it's not just an easy walk. Become very patient, and your knowledge is very important in order for you to elevate. And we have to very often make ourselves marketable in our organization if we want to reach where we are predicting our future. And our future is dependent a lot based on what we do as members of the force. In the public sector as well, there's also choices that you can make at the end of your exams. And you decided the post that you want to be and how you're going to chart your course of direction for your near future. As you will have a role and responsibility in developing and shape the life of yourself and a family, and also shape the life of your children. The Ghana Police Force have recently launched its strategic plan, and in that strategic plan there are 4 pillars of the strategic plan. One of them is the building partnerships with members of the public and other stakeholders. We have our role, and so we are going about building those partnerships. Only 2 years ago, I was in Agatash village, very quiet village, and we have enrolled 51 kids between the ages of 9 and 12. And so we bring them on board with us as being member of the law enforcement agency. And so we're going to work with those children outside of the school curriculum, and we formalize curriculum within the Ghana Police Force and to work along with those children. Specifically, we're going to address issues such as illicit drugs. We're going to get them involved in sports. We'll get them also involved with art and craft. And so we'll do a number of lectures that we're able to shape our young children in the community. Some weeks ago, I was in Carby's Hill. We did there an environment activity. And I walked around there with other officers, and we are looking at that area as a possibility as well to shape other young children within the region number 7. Some months ago, we have done at the Itorimang London. We know that all those people there mostly they are minors and business owners. And so we attract some children there as well. In Itabali, we also have here a group which is a popular group, and so we have children's supplies here that we are working on with to shape their life and future. And we try to have them in a mindset that people that are being influenced by members of the public or those who are criminal-minded and want to destroy the future of our children. And so we are also looking at Baidarama. And so we are having some positive feedbacks from those areas. And our children is very important because if you do not make the right choices in the near future, you may suffer the consequences as a result of the fact of the action and your behavior in collaboration with your conduct. Some weeks ago, I was in the Bartica district, we do normally have mass patrol. While I was in Agatash village, I was informed that there is 2 gangs are operating in 5th Street and 7th Avenue. I proceed to that area and I discover that there was two gangs operating between Bartek Second Tree Malsa. This students is not good for a community. It will bear no positive fruit in your lives. It will create a community that would create some kind of activity that would drive some fear in people to know where our children are headed. We pursue some of those children and you know where they run into the burial ground. As we continue to follow them and reach right up to the parents of some of those children. These are young children that are shaping their lives, shaping their future. And you are desired to have a good future, a respectable community, respectable parents. So in order for you to be able to prepare yourselves. Getting back again, police force, your education is very important. It's a very important aspect. As the police force have made some adjustment in terms of the requirements for a person to enter the Ghana police force. That's true. A result of the fact, persons are now required, applicants are now required to have some level of safety certificates. That itself, that we're coming to the system with quality education, and a result of the fact of the upward mobility within the force, that you're able to prepare yourself, you're already there with some knowledge. And so it'll be very easy for you to be able to go through all the challenges within the force, and you make yourself to the height of the force that you may want to. Likewise, if you go to any other institution that require that type of education level as well. I would have regretted when I joined the Ghana Police Force that I dropped out of school, but today I'm still comfortable with where I am and where I want to go because of the fact that I will make adjustments in my life and looking towards commitment within the organization. I'm making myself marketable within the organization. And apart from that, we have done a lot of internal training within the force and externally. I will give you one example when I just joined the force a few years ago. I was selected to participate in a distance learning education program. Among myself, there were persons who went right through the secondary and achieved CXC passes. When I entered into that training program, I had not a single certificate. And I concluded the training program by margin of some of those who would have already qualified to enter the program. It's what we do. It's how much we learn, how much we internalize, how much we put into practices, and the commitment that we want to make, we're able to make us successful people. For the parents that are gathering here today, I'm urging you to take responsibility of your children and focus your attention on their everyday life. Because some things that may not be going perfect and you may not pay attention to. As a result of that, your guidance is very important and shaping the children for the future they want to make. I want to wish all of you that are streaming in the different areas and keep with your team that you become successful in your new future. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Shedburn. I hope our students, and I say our students, our children, are listening because, note I said our children, because at school, they're in our care, and away from school, they're your children. Good? So I hope that you're paying keen attention and you're taking heed to the advice and you're listening carefully. So when you have to choose your stream, that you would, make the right choice. The next presenter we have this morning is Ms. Shireen Seeley, which is a corporal attached to the Child Care Protection and Agency. The Child Care Protection, pardon? Oh, gender-based, I'm sorry. Forgive me. All right, so let's give her a warm welcome. And let's pay keen attention as she shares her knowledge with us.
choose different careers because of how they feel about the job or the choices they want to make. My name is Tracy, Detective Corporal, subordinate officer in charge of the Sexual Offences Unit. I am here today to share with you how I became police officer. It was an interesting job. Growing up, I always wanted to investigate child abuse. Now, I'm a mother, and even more important and meaningful to me, I am responsible for investigating sexual offenses, for example, rape, sexual activity with a child family member, sexual activity by abusing position of trust, and the list goes on. Please remember, regardless to consent or not, it is deemed rape. If you are a child under the age of 16 years. After completing my initial training at the Phoenix Austin Police College, I was posted to Barnacle Police Station, attached to the General Duty Section. And I would always be inside the CID office, and every day they have to call for me, Juke, where are you? Why are you inside the office? And I said I want to become a police, CID rank. So I was sent on the training, and thereafter I went on further training to investigate sexual offenses matter. You do not have to stop at one position. You can even go on to the University of Vienna, where you can study in the field of psychology, social work, or even youth development in your job. Remember, students, please do not limit yourself. If you or anyone being abused, do not be afraid to speak up. Talk to someone who you trust. Help is there for you. I will leave these few words with you. Never be bullied into silence. Never allow yourself to be made a victim. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Ms. Seeley. All right, now, I know you're wondering why we have so many presenters this morning, but we just want you to be aware of the many career choices that you can make, or the different paths that you can go on. Our next presenter this morning, in fact, I was told to say this lovely young man. He is a known poet, as we know, in Bartico. He recently published his first book of poems, and I'm sure we all know who he is. He is a lovely teacher right here at the 3 Mile Secondary School. He is no other than Mr. Jeremy Joseph, the head of department for business studies.
Yeah. Good day, everyone. All right, so I was about to say one of the normal conventional poems that I read, but I'm going to say what I like. Since as it is career day, and poetry, I think it's my voice. Well, I can't say that differently. It's one of my one of my many career. So this piece is about a man, and it's called He Is, right? And I was trying to think of. We just concluded Father's Day. We have a lot of influential fathers in Bartica, and more so, we have a lot of them that spoke already for the morning, right? So it fits right into that. So this is a spoken word piece, and it's called He Is. He is the quintessence of greatness. I have seen him exhaust his pure will through naysayers and critical observers and churn out a level of fatherhood that supersedes blood relation. He is no regular guy from the hood. He's a man who knows what's good, having a biblical background, the basis on which he stands his ground. Even before the conception of his daughter, he has been taking care of acquired daughters, never treating them like lambs to the slaughter, but with agape love. rearing them like gentle dog. Night and day he would toil in the streets, all in an effort to make ends meet. What embodiment of a man who truly understands his role. Certainly, a true hero untold. He treats his wife as though her survival has implications for his life. For such cause, he has no rival. To and fro, he would be at her every beck and call. Maltreatment from him, something she could never recall. He elevates her personality, consequently she stands tall. Her life with him a welcome change from a previous spouse, whose every action was all too strange. Her testimony unfolds. He is a keeper, one truly to cherish. For with him, she could never perish. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Sir Jeremy. Now, one day, I hope and I pray that we'll have someone from right in this auditorium who would want to say, Sir Jeremy inspired me when I was at the career conference way back in 2022. All right, so the next presenter this morning is a lovely young lady. She is a lecturer at the University of Guyana, a well-respected young lady. She happens to be an English specialist. So this morning, let's welcome Mrs. Bonita Hunter as she comes to talk with you.
Good morning, everybody. All protocols have been observed, but I would like to say to my student, who is at the head table, Daniel, your headmaster, and be my student. Welcome, sir. I know you're on leave, but it's nice to have you. So, that is something very important that I've mentioned. As a matter of fact, many teachers from your school have been my student, including your deputy. So it is important, the choices that you make. And I am very, very happy that they brought me in after the head of department for the business department brought some poetry to you. You know how important that is? Because persons decide that I don't want to literature, maybe able to read, but students and parents, we don't do mathematics in mathematics, we don't do science in science, we don't do social studies in social studies. We do all of that in English. We have to be able to read when you make the choices that you're going to make. You have to be able to manage your lives through written and spoken word. You have to be able to function effectively. Yesterday, I was here, I judged the debating competition, and I was very pleased to see young men in the debating team. I noted that the girls outnumber the boys. But the people don't make my picnic. It is important that you get them into schools. We need the young men in our schools. We need the young men qualified in various areas. Whatever choices you make, your future, your journey, and the success in your journey depends on that. Mr. Chairman talked about having quality people in your lives. It is so important because as an English teacher, I have interacted with all sorts of people, police, men and women, people from the army, people, the teachers of course, because I teach English at the University of Guyana. And because of the nature of my job, I interact with all sorts of people. So the possibilities that you have to be yesterday they debated if they should continue to write 20 subjects, etc. Your entry requirements for university, for a good job, for whatever it is you want to do, is the basic 5 subjects. You must get English. You must get, you don't even, in some areas, you don't have to get mathematics. You have to get English. And I want you to think about choices that your children make and the students make. Our first speaker, the mayor, said, don't let these choices be yours. Everybody wants the children to be doctor and lawyer and big boy and big girl. But let me tell you who I have absolute respect for. The plumber and the electrician. Because they work for lots of money. Remember? Chairman said money run things. I agree with him. Because you want to have a good life. So we don't want the money that comes from nefarious activities. We want it to come from sensible things. Everybody can be a lawyer. You know, when I made talk about work study, and when I was involved in work study in the long, long days, and I ain't gonna tell you how long, I don't know how old I be. But we used to say to the children, listen, if this man is a CEO, if he is the president as well, and the cleaners didn't go to work, the driver didn't go to work, the security guards don't go to work, the plumber and electrician don't go to work, something happens. What's going to happen to that person? So all the support areas are very important. We have to listen to our children. We have to listen to our children. Arts, tech work, all areas are important. Some parents say, oh, you want to go and study carpentry. What's that? You can't visit your dreams on your children. You have to listen to them. Children, talk with your parents. Say, while I agree with you that I can be a lawyer, I would like to be X, Y, or Z. So that when they do that, and you support them, look how successful they will be. Right now, there's a building, Expo, and this whole business of people accessing land, and so house got to build. House don't go up by the doctors and the lawyers. Houses go up by the carpenters and the electricians and the plumbers. If the bathrooms stop working, really? You don't call doctor for do that? You got to call the plumber. You see my point? I am not knocking the fact that some children would like to go to become a doctor. It's important. Some children would like to become a lawyer. It's important. We need those people. But we also need all the other areas in our lives. And I want to emphasize the importance of you encouraging your children to read. Don't let them say, look, being able to do literature class is plenty reading. Reading is important. It takes you into a world of knowledge so that you're going to be the best doctor. You're going to be the best lawyer. You're going to be the best plumber, the best CEO, the best of whatever you want to be. You've got to be able to access the information on the page. And every single thing on the computer, you got to read it. Computer don't come with pictures alone, comes with words. Got to read it. And nowadays, you got the books on the computers, on your devices. Technology makes it easier for you to access information. And so I am asking you, I'm making a special appeal to you. Encourage your children to read. Because reading brings success. If they're going to go to university, if they're going to go to tertiary institutions, they've got to know how to read. And so, with that being said, with all the options that you have available to you, I want to say that I'm seeing the future in front of me. I'm seeing the doctors, the lawyers, business owners, because the head for the business department come out and talk poetry. The head for the business department got a poetry book. And we say we don't like read. So, ladies and gentlemen, parents, boys and girls, I am asking you to take this for yourselves and say to yourselves, I am going to be the best that I can be. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mrs. Hunter. As I sat there, I actually thought, yes, I will write language and literature for CXC. All right, so now the part that we've all been waiting for, I was told, is the introduction of our streams. Now, at the 3 Mile Secondary School, we have 4 streams that we can choose from. We have the Tibet stream, the art stream, the business stream, and the science stream. Now, this morning, each head of department will come and sell their stream, the subjects done in each stream, to try to convince you to choose one or the other. Now, the Tibet stream at 3 Mile Secondary School has 3 different sections. The first one we have is the home economics, the industrial tech, and the agri section. Now, the head of department for home economics will come and try to convince you to do home economics. So let's welcome Ms. Angelica Fredericks.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Angelica Fredericks. I've been a teacher for 22-something years. I'm a graduate head of department for the Home Economics Department. In my department, there are 4 teachers. Yours truly, the head of department, Ms. Nikita Noble Joseph, assistant mistress, Ms. Soma Lindor, assistant mistress, Ms. Rebecca Jones, TUM. This department has 3 areas, and these are food, nutrition, and health. And this area deals with food preparation and service, as well as beginning a deep scientific aspect of foods. Family and resources management. This deals with using your resources wisely in achieving your goals, becoming a good home and business manager. Textile, clothing, and fashion. This deals with constructing and making garments and creating styles on home. That means styles within the period of time. For years, only 2 aspects of home economics were written at CSEC: food, nutrition, and health, and family and resources management. Textile, clothing, and fashion was not done due to the lack of resources. But this time, it will be ensured that all three will be done at CSEC this year. Your child moving to grade 10, if your child chooses the science stream, food, nutrition, and health is an option. Once that decision is made, or that option was chosen, he or she will need to be equipped with the following: text, CSEC Home Economics and Beyond, Food and Nutrition by Annie Tuttle, Oxford Food and Nutrition Dictionary, What's Cooking in Guyana, a lab coat, and a hairnet, among other things. And they will also need a good scientific background. We know the stereotype in home economics is that it's all about cooking. I had parents who met me and said, I like my son doing anything about cooking, or my daughter, I don't want her to learn about cooking. But what you need to know is that despite we're teaching the procedures in preparing these meals, we're also doing deep scientific research as to what's the purpose for whatever it is you're doing. So the child will need to have a good scientific background as well. On the other hand, if your child chooses to venture into the TVET stream, he or she has a choice between, as Ms. Alyssa had said, home economics, agricultural science, and building technology. If your child decides to take home economics, he or she will be exposed to all three areas in this stream, as well as other base subjects. He or she will have to be equipped with the following: the text needed for the various areas, again, a lab coat or a hairnet or a chef's cap, and a good business, science, and designing background. Once ready, your child will have to complete 3 SBA practicals. The first and third SBA will be graded by their teacher, and the second SBA by an external examiner from CSEC division. Also, a portfolio will be needed to showcase all work done during the 2 years, 1 year in 4th form and the other year in 5th form. For this, the child needs to also be equipped with a good English and literature background. So, it's not only about cooking and decorating, English and mathematics, and even social studies, they're all integrated, so you need to be strong in all of those. When your child would have gained any of the above subjects that I mentioned at CSEC, Examination 2024, it will assist him or her in gaining careers such as, just to mention a few, pediatrician, gynecologist, food and health inspector, hotel manager, accountant, doctor or nurse, caterer, sanitary inspector, fashion designer, bank manager, and architect, just to mention a few, along with the noble profession of teaching. When that decision is made by your child, please be in full support, and I would advise you to start saving so that your child can accomplish his or her goals in the future. Students, be very careful in the decisions you're about to make, for these decisions will be the determining factor for your future endeavors. Kindly do not choose business stream because your friend is going in there, and then when you would have completed all the business aspects, then you decide that you want to be a nurse or a doctor. So please be very careful with your choices. Kindly visit the Home Economics Department today to view some of the activities conducted, and this should also help in your choice. Having said that, thank you.
Thank you very much, Head of Department, Home Economics. Next, we'll have the Head of Department for the Industrial Tech, Ms. Shaniza Rahman.
department wishes to highlight the importance of students joining this field and battling stereotype against it. This field, better known as the tech stream in most schools around Guyana. It aims to speed up the production process through the combined use of engineering and manufacturing technology. For the technical and vocational subject at 3 Mile Secondary School, we offer technical drawing and building and furniture technology. I'm just going to highlight some components for the SBA. For both subjects, we are only required to do one SBA. For technical drawing, components for technical drawing, the students are tasked to complete task 1, which would be fundamental of technical drawing. In this aspect, they will be looking at safety, health, and welfare standards, safety rules, first aid. They have to do a PowerPoint presentation on first aid, an accident report. That's for task 1. Task 2, they're required to complete 2 plane geometric drawing. Task 3, solid geometry. 3 drawing for that. And the main drawing would be building drawing. A few years back, we used to do mechanical drawing, but it changed to building drawing. Reason being, technical drawing, yes, we used to do that. Like I mentioned, mechanical drawing. And we had woodwork, and building technology was an option. But CSEC merged the two, woodwork and building technology, which become building and furniture technology that we're teaching presently. So that's for technical drawing. For building and furniture technology, the students are required to complete a core, which include, they're required to go on a field trip to get these information. They have to do an investigation on an industry, whether it's construction industry or manufacturing industry. These investigation would include safety rules that govern both industry, an accident report, a business plan of it. Besides that, they have to do a design analysis of a manufacturing product and a PowerPoint presentation to complete the course. Apart from that, one small practical would be a site work operation project where the students will have to lay out a foundation. They're not doing the actual foundation, but they're laying out that aspect. Next component would be basic architectural drawing project, where they would have to identify a problem, come up with possible solutions, and have drawings to back that up. Two main practical would be a construction practical and furniture practical. What normally happened in the past, students were tasked to identify a project and everybody do the same project. But a few years back, I kind of changed up some stuff. I normally have the students do whatever practical they choose or they feel comfortable doing as it relates to the furniture aspect. So they won't be doing, let's say one student, they want to construct a stool. Another students won't do the same thing. They would probably construct a medicine press or a wardrobe, whatever they feel comfortable.
The construction project would be a group work. It will be a group effort. For the last year and this year, we did construction in the school compound. We did a concrete trestle and we did a casting on the walkway when you're coming in to the school compound. Just two examples that I used. So that is just to cover the SBA. For both SBA, your child is required to go on, it's a practical subject that is, so they're required to go on field trip. They're required to go do site visit, especially for the building aspect, building and construction aspect. So from time to time, myself and the other teachers in this department will take students on site visit. They will have to prepare reports and they will have experience when they go on site visit to see how you construct, you start from the foundation and you move up to the roof. So that is just to put it in a nutshell. I just want to identify some persons that really motivated me to be what I am today. Started with my wonderful teachers when I used to attend secondary school. For technical drawing, I had Mr. Tobin, Sir Lionel Jacobis, Sir Daniel, and Sir Gifford Marshall. And I'm just pleased that they're here today, and I'm very thankful for you being my mentor and for all the encouragement over the years from you. Apart from those persons, Miss Karen Bradford, some important person presently, that came out from this stream, some of you would know them. Courtney Douglas, he's a very popular art. Courtney Douglas, he's well known for arts. Andrew Chandler, he's a superintendent for admin, works department in Baltimore. Some of my wonderful students that is here presently. Renella Khan, she's working with Lansing Survey. Shamar Evans, he's working with GPL. And Robin Van Horsel, he's attached with Exxon Mobil. And I'm very proud to be part of what they're doing and for being their mentor and encouraging them in some way or the other. So I urge you students who are choosing the industrial technology field or the stream, it's not going to be boring. It's more practical, and it's not for those students who what to say, lazy. So today I just want to encourage a student and parent to be involved in the technical aspect. TVET technology is on the rise, and with the help of technology, we're moving away from constructing things with hand tools and those things, and we're using machine tools, we're using technology to get the work done, and it's faster, it has a lot of advantages, and it makes the work easier.
of department for the industrial tech subjects. The next person we'll have is the representative for the agriculture department, since Teacher Darmida is quite busy. So she has one of the teachers from the agriculture department to make a presentation on her behalf. Let's welcome Mrs. Melissa Singh.
A pleasant good morning to your parents and students, all the special invitees. Let me see all of those who had a snack this morning or a breakfast, or you drink water. Raise your hand, raise your hand. And guess what? Agri provided that, right? So I'm here this morning just to be short and simple, to encourage you lovely parents and students to choose Agri. Agriculture has begun since civilization. And though humanity has changed, seasons change, agriculture remains the backbone of any economy. I want to encourage you parents, if you have an interest in starting your own business, choose Agri. Agri is not only going in the hot sun with a pair of long boots. We have many, when I say many, several careers to choose in agriculture. When you visit the booth downstairs, you will be amazed, and trust me, with all due respect to the technical aspect, TD, and home economic, without Agri, it would be impossible for them. So parents, I want to encourage you, sensitize you, and with a lack of knowledge, the people perish. So please, visit the booth, and I want to encourage you to choose Agri. Amen?
Amen, Ms. Melissa. All right, so I hope you were inspired to choose Agri. Next, we'll have the head of department for the social studies, Mrs. Deanne Roach, to make her presentation for the arts stream.
Pleasant good morning all. My name is Miss Deanne Roach. I am the head of the Department for Social Studies. Social Studies Department includes Social Studies Department includes 3 subject areas. We have Caribbean history, we have social studies, which is general, and geography, which is the love of my life. Right? I have a degree in geography, and I love geography like it's my own child, right? Okay, so for me, I want to say, choosing the art stream, it is a stream that is well-rounded. As you can see, it takes from all of the other subject areas. Take a look at it, read it in. All right, good. So the art stream, we basically take from the social sciences, environmental management, and humanities. Generally, this stream provides students with a knowledge and the appreciation for human culture, belief, tradition, and history. It also teaches environmental management and how people operate with resources. We're talking about both human and natural, because there are only 2 types of resources, right? All right, so a pass in this stream will allow you to also pursue a further study at the Cape level, which we have children who went on to further study there. And once you're there, you can have an associate degree in arts, whether it is law, history, entrepreneurship, tourism study, supply chain, and operation. All right, so based on this here, today we are focusing on 3 different careers. Today we're looking at the careers in tourism, and we're looking at psychology, and teaching, right? Because I'm an HOD. I'm an HOD, and I can't teach all 3 of these subjects, but like I said, geography is my baby. I love it so much, right? Geography teaches you so much, right? Understanding your location, not by pulling out a phone and saying, oh, I'm located here, I'm sending you my location. No, right? We have the olden ways how we do this, right? So it's a stream that allows you to be open. It is well-rounded. So please, I'm begging you, choose the art stream.
Thank you very much, Ms. Ian. Now, as I listened to her, I smiled to myself when she said teacher, because as a student, way back many years ago, I was in the art stream. And today, I am a foreign language teacher. So you see, it doesn't really have to be geography or history and all of those things. Good? Next, we have the head of department for the business studies, Mr. German Joseph.
Good everyone? Alright, so some of the persons, they were doing a quite fine job advertising their streams, right? So business department needs no advertisement, right? Because we suffer from too much persons applying to the business department, so I have to say that. However, if you choose that department, right, there are certain things that make your life easier, simpler, right? For instance, like if you're in the business department, you have what we call the cognate now, and that covers the 3 subject areas, right? That covers one SBA, it covers for economics, principles of business, and accounts, right? So that eliminates 2 SBAs right off the bat, right? So that's why everybody should choose business, right? Because your life becomes easy as a business student. In addition to that, please ensure that you choose a stream that, I think the deputy echoed those sentiments. Please ensure that you choose a stream that is consistent with your career path, something that you want to become. Don't go in the stream because one of your friends is going into the stream, so you're following them, and then you develop a disinterest in that stream halfway through there, right? We have that problem a lot. Don't pick science because you think it's a bright people stream, or business because you think a friend is going into business, and you know you really like science. So pick something that is of interest to you, so that you can pursue that, right? And continue to pursue it. You must pick a stream that even if, right, worst case scenario, I don't pass the subjects, I'm going to go back and do it because this is what I want in life, right? That's by the way. It's just a word of encouragement here. So I think that's it for me. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Sir German. Now, what I think most of the head of departments are forgetting to mention is that last year we did not have any foreign language as a compulsory subject. But this year, you will have to do Spanish. Good? So just take that in. I know there are some persons who approach me and say, Miss, oh God, Spanish. But guess what? We'll try to make it fun. Next, we'll have the head of department for the science stream, Sir Sergio Joseph. Quickly.
Good afternoon, students. Good afternoon, parents, special invitees. Permit me, Sir Sergio Joseph, to speak on the science department. Now, I'm not the head of the department for science, but for the record, I'm a trained science teacher from the Sierra College of Education. And today is a very important day in your life because there are so many important things in life. And while we would want to emphasize one area over the other, one must recognize the importance of science. The technology that you enjoy in your hands, taking photos and videos of me, it is based on chemistry, it's based on physics, And these are two subject areas that are very important to the science stream. So putting aside maths, English, and all the other things, there are three major areas in science that you must pay attention to: biology, chemistry, and physics. Students, I want to let you know that in the science stream, there is a culture that is expected. You see, when you step into the stream, you're telling yourself, you understand, I want to be the best in the school. I want you to get that clear. I'm setting some competition up right now. When you're in the science stream, you're walking down the corridors like you are the brightest and the best that the school has to offer. If you don't have that mindset, you understand, I'm telling you that science stream may not be for you. Because you have to prepare your minds as students to work very hard to succeed in your sciences. To be honest with you, you need to be good at mathematics. That is one of the areas of strength that you must have to be successful in science. You must show evidence that you're good at your integrated science, which is a combination of those three sciences. I want to let you know that when you're in the science stream, it allows you to do a whole lot of subjects off the timetable. Let me tell you this for example. If you're doing biology, chemistry, and physics in your stream, it means that you could choose to do integrated science off the timetable as an extra subject at CXC, because integrated science is a combination of those three sciences. In addition, there's another subject called human and social biology. That is more like a science and a social studies blended together. So because you're already doing biology and you will be already doing social studies, that's another subject you could do on the side without having to spend too much time. You don't have to do it on the timetables per se. So therefore means, with your 10 subject, I can please touch my slide here. Right? With your 10 subjects that you could already do, you have additional 2 that you could add there, so you're looking at approximately 12 subjects. Now students, I want you to recognize something. When you're going to leave this school, you must have at least 6 subjects under your belt. Those 6 subjects must include math, English A and B, and a foreign language, which is Espanol or Spanish. So I'm asking you to pay attention, dedicate yourself, so that you can finish school with 6 subjects at least. A foreign language, math, English, and if you're in the science stream, chemistry, biology, and physics. My students, there's no other stream like the science stream. When you go downstairs, just now you recognize why the science stream is one of the most important streams in this time. You see, I like competition, so I'm going to compete with agri. While eating is good and having food to eat, being supplied by the agriculture sector stuff is good. If you don't eat right sometimes, you get sick. It's not so. And the medical field is the field that you need to turn to for intervention. You understand what I'm saying? The pilots that you see flying those nice lovely planes, well, there's a little bit of geography in there, but you have to do your sciences, you need to do your physics. Even when you go down the agri stream to study, you need to know physics and chemistry. Even when you go to do your technical stream in terms of industrial technology, you need to know your chemistry and your physics. Students, all I'm saying that regardless which stream you go, maybe except for the business stream, you have to focus on the science, chemistry, physics, and to a greater extent, because some feel it's very easy, biology. So I encourage you today, enjoy the program when we go downstairs after this. Look at that form, choose wise, think about your career choices. You're going to hear about someone when you go downstairs, and I hope to see you, maybe not necessarily as your science teacher, but definitely as your mathematics teacher. So I wish you all the best as you enjoy the rest of this day. And thank you for this opportunity. Thank you to the special invitees. I now hand you over to the chairperson.
Thank you very much. Now I know you're all thinking, oh gosh, I should choose science stream, I should choose the TVET stream, I should choose the business stream. Right, so I hope that you're thinking about it and you make the right choice today. Now, you were given your stream forms. You were given your stream forms with the information regarding each stream. So let's go through it quickly together. You have up to Monday to return your forms. You do not have to fill it out today. You can go home, think about it, pray about it, and you come back with it on Monday. So for the science stream, can we all hear at the back? You're hearing? Good. For the science stream, the compulsory subjects, which are the subjects that you have to do, you do not have a choice. We have English A, English B, Mathematics, Biology, Human and Social Biology, Chemistry, Spanish, and Physics. On the right-hand side, you'll see electives, and you have to choose one. Under elective 1, you have food, nutrition and health, physical education, and agricultural science. You're only allowed to choose one of those subjects for elective 1. Is that clear? Elective 2, there are 2 subjects, information technology and EDPM. You are choosing 1. Elective 3, you choose either social studies or geography. So you'll have to do the subjects on the left and 1, 2, 3 from the right. Is that clear? Understood? Okay. Business stream. The compulsory subjects are on the left-hand side. English A, English B, Math, Social Studies, Principles of Business, Principles of Accounts, Office Administration, Economics, Integrated Science, and Spanish. On your right-hand side, you choose from either Information Technology or EDPM. So you're only allowed to choose 1. Good? For the art stream, your compulsory subjects are on the left again. On the right-hand side, we have 3 electives. Again, you're choosing only 1 under each elective. Elective 1, you choose either PE or POB. Elective 2, either technical drawing or agricultural science. I know you're going to see single award and double award in brackets. Now, I think that the teachers would be able to determine whether you are capable of doing single or double award, and that would depend on your performance in the agriculture subject. Good? And there is family and resource management, and under elective 3, there are 2 subjects. You choose 1, EDPM or IT. Under the Tibet stream, like I said, which is divided into 3 parts, we have our compulsory subjects on the left hand, Then there is an option between social studies and geography. You choose one of those. So it's either you do social studies or you do geography. Then we have information technology and EDPM. Here you make a choice too. You choose 1 out of the 2. On your right-hand side, if you choose to do agriculture science, it therefore means that you're going to do the subjects on the left-hand side along with agriculture science. Clear enough? If you choose the industrial technology part of the Tibet stream, it therefore means that you will do the subjects on the left along with building, furniture technology, and technical drawing. Understood? Alright? I'm not hearing any questions, any queries. I know we're hungry, I am too. Then the last part of the Tibet stream is the home economics section. Again, all the subjects on the left are compulsory except for the ones that we make the choices, then it becomes compulsory. Then we have family and resource management, food, nutrition and health, and textile, clothing, and fashion. So you decide which one you will do. It doesn't matter if you choose the agri, the industrial tech, or the home economics, you are still going to be in the TVET stream. Good, but you just are divided by your choices. Good. Under there you will see there is a first choice, second choice, third, and fourth choice. So let's say if you decide that I really want to become a chef in the next 10 years, and I choose the home economics section of the TVET class, I will put TVET and home economics in brackets, so we know which one is your choice. If I don't get, however, somehow don't get into the TVET stream, and maybe I want to become a lawyer or a geography teacher, I would choose the art stream for my second choice. So it depends on how your choices go, then you lay them down in order, first, second, third, fourth. Understood? Are there any questions, any queries whatsoever?
Let me say something about IT and EDPM.
Alright, now sir, before you leave, Sir Zarkio wants to make some clarification for IT and EDPM.
Alright, good afternoon parents once again and students. Now for IT EDPM, we usually have a problem where students not sure which one to choose. So let me just explain the difference between the two. If you have an interest in creating documents of all kinds, whether it be letters, posters, flyers, anything to do with document creation, which is mostly set for office setting or organization, so to speak, or graphical designing, then EDPM should be your choice. But if you have an interest in the scientific part of IT, whereby you look at creating programs, creating web pages, managing database, right? Along with knowing your Excel and your Word, which is a little part of EDPM also. But if you're more interested in the science part, creating programs, building web pages, networking, those kind of things, if you have interest in that, then IT should be your subject of choice, right? I hope that made it clear for you when you come to choose between EDP and IT, right? So if you're going to be, you're going to be an office worker, secretary, that kind of thing, then EDPM might more fit your needs. But if you want to be a web page designer, computer software engineer, then information technology should be your choice. I hope that's helpful.
Alright, good. Now, if you have any questions, queries, whatever the case may be, there are some numbers listed at the bottom of your form that you can contact for further information. Good? Or if you have any number for any teacher, I'm sure you can call and make your queries whenever. Alright, so with this, we've come to the end of our conference. I know we're hungry, so we're going to break for lunch. Then we go downstairs to have visits at each one of the booths so you can see, get further educational aspects of each subject area. Good. Now, Miss Diane Bisu.
She's coming.
To make our party honor and do remember. Be the duty great or small, do it right or wrong. So once again, you accept our sincere thank you very much. You are free to leave. Happy lunch and visit our booths. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
You could only choose one on that electoral structure.
Yeah, I start with the one.
You got it, crazy.
I start with the one.
Oh, okay, okay. Only one stream you choose? What's your first choice? Right, what's your first choice? Well, write down the first choice and you should choose the second one. Remember. You need one? Oh, my number? No, no, no. Okay. Okay, 621 4164. 621 4164. 21. 4164. Keep it for Monday because right now we're in a position to collect it.
621.
4164. Let's just secure it and bring it Monday. You got the breads? 4164. Right? So it's there here, Joe. Right? Let's see our deal. Alright, good. Yeah. Yeah. Keep the form on the table there. Right? Return them on Monday, man, because we put systems in place to deal with them today.